Hey guys, hope you're doing great. You should really listen to this one and stop scrolling, start following, and I'll catch you guys later.
How bad does something have to be for someone to break a 400-year streak? Professor Poutine here. Time for Mysteries Histories. Back in the 16th and 17th centuries, a lot of the powers of Central Europe were under the aegis or the organization of a thing called the Holy Roman Empire. That was neither holy nor Roman nor an empire. But despite all that, the Europeans continued to fight with one another in many, many wars. The biggest of all the wars until World War I was the 30 Years' War that erupts in 1618 and lasts until 1648 over what else? Religion. This time it was Christians versus Christians because they couldn't agree on whether or not they did this before they prayed. I'm being glib, of course. There's all kinds of other reasons, but essentially this is a war between Protestants and Catholics. The 30 Years' War is devastating. According to some historians, up to a third of Central Europeans may have died during the 30 Years' War. It sparks the scientific revolution as people start to look for alternatives to religion to explain the natural world. It sparks the Enlightenment as people start to look for new ways in which human beings can govern themselves in a better way. It sparks absolutism, the rise of powerful kings like Louis XIV and Peter the Great. But also, in 1648, the Peace of Westphalia that ends the 30 Years' War reaffirms Switzerland's neutrality, which they had declared in the 1500s, but nobody really listened to them. And from that point forward, Switzerland has been neutral on the world stage. The Napoleonic Wars that stretch from the Iberian Peninsula all the way to the gates of Moscow, Switzerland is uninvaded, remains neutral, and the treaty that ends the Napoleonic Wars again reaffirms Switzerland's neutrality. World War I, Switzerland's neutral. World War II, even with the Nazis, Switzerland's neutral. They stay out of it and they act as a mediator. And that's really been their role with the Geneva Convention on the Rules of War, is to be that neutral voice and not take sides in conflicts. Until about 3 days ago, when a minister for the Swiss government openly criticized the United States and Israel's attack on Iranian civilians and Iranian civilian infrastructure as a war crime. I don't think you realize how big a deal that is. Switzerland never says anything except, can't we all just get along? And now they've openly criticized one side in an international conflict. So again, I just asked the question, how bad does it have to be for someone to break a 400-year streak just to call you out? Consider yourselves updated.